Ah, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So, man, I'm trying to get my schedule down, dude. I'm learning how to do taxes. I'm trying to see if I want to make that a business. So, I started doing some training, and my schedule's kind of crazy. It's taking up time, of course, and so I'm trying to fit that in with the videos. We'll see. I got to come up with a routine. Anyway, in this video, we got DJ Academics again, man. And I know some of y'all get tired of it, but the spin machine is cranking up. So maybe, just maybe, Iceman is on the way because this guy's he's back on this spin shit. And in this one, he's talking about in order to beat Kendrick, you don't have to rap better than him. Okay. Okay. You don't got to be a better rapper or nothing like that. What you have to do is be willing to lie. Because remember, y'all, rap battles are all about lying. And if you're a guy who's of the truth and you're just perfect and you're not willing to cross that line, you don't stand a chance. Okay. Okay. Because Kendrick is such a despicable individual. He's willing to go to the lowest of lows. And if you're not that type of person, you can't beat him. That's what he's doing now. He's making it just look like Drake and Cole. They're these paragons of excellence who never stood a chance because they're so virtuous. This is crazy. If for nothing, if for no other reason. To me, this is just pure entertainment, man. But let's get into this clip.
The best ability that Kendrick had during the battle, y'all gonna hate me for it, but it was lying. Straight up. Making lies sound believable, setting narratives, and crossing the line.
It's funny, though, because, okay, so all right, you would have to be inferring that everything Drake said was true. We know that's not the case. We know that's not the case. This is battle rap. So what are we doing here, man? Is this a confessional or a battle rap contest? What are we really talking about now? And yes, Kendrick is a great storyteller. Drake should know this. He's a much, much better storyteller than Drake. So if you take a guy who has a history of battle rapping, because Kendrick did it as a youth when he was coming up, and he's a great storyteller, what do you think you're going to get? This is not about truth. It's never been about truth. Nobody listening really was like, oh, who's telling the most truth? Some fans, but it's more just about who can say the craziest thing and make it sound good. That's why Drake said some crazy things and tried to make it sound good. It's just, it wasn't enough.
You see, crossing the line. You see, J. Cole is too clean to cross the line.
Stop.
J. Cole, if you going to diss it, and this for anybody who would ever diss Kendrick Lamar, unless you're going to tell us his woman's a man, Kendrick got AIDS, unless you're going to say Kendrick got in the ass, then you got to come out with some bars like, yo, Kendrick, you got by top dog. Yeah, you know he was the top dog. Like, you got to do some, you got to come out with lies.
Come out with that, you're going to end up like Drake. You spit those type of bars, you're going to end up just like Drake. Hey, this guy funny as heck, man. So I guess Drake was telling the truth when he said Kendrick got touched, huh? I guess Drake was telling the truth when he said Kendrick kid was by his homie, huh? It's crazy, man. Look, Drake tried. Everything he said, Drake tried to do to no avail. All to no avail.
Straight up. Straight up. That's how he wanted. And I think that's why he had an advantage over Drake, too. Drake couldn't lie as well as Kendrick. That's a fact. Drake came up with a weak ass lie. He was like, yo, I got one. Guess what?
Oh, well, at least he admitting that Drake was lying. We'll give him that. At least he's admitting that Drake was lying.
Guess what? He beat his bitch. Nigga, half the people listening was like, so what? We all beat our bitch. That's what half the hip-hop audience was saying.
That's not what everybody was saying, family. They were saying, we don't believe it. Where's the proof? That's what they were saying. They wasn't saying, oh, no, we had ours too. No, that's not what most people was thinking. I doubt that. I ain't going to say anybody because there may have been somebody out there, but I would venture to say that 99.9% of people, that was not their thought process.
You know what Kendrick said? Certified lover boy, certified PDF. Oh, my God. Oh,
based on what, though? based on a lot of circumstantial evidence. We know that there are people doing football numbers because of circumstantial evidence. Is there not? There's people doing football numbers, man. Ain't really no hard evidence. I'm just saying. This the precedent been set for circumstantial evidence leading to a guilty verdict, fam.
Hell no, we can't get jiggy with that shit. That's fact. Kendrick lies were the best. We gotta keep it a bean. J. Cole coming with this rapidy rap. Nobody care about that shit. Tell us this. Tell us his sister incest. Tell us his wife got a dick. That works. Lie that you his wife. That's the only thing that works. I ain't gonna lie. If you beefing with Kendrick, you gotta come out day one. I know you caught your HIV. Straight up. You gotta lie. I think Drake thought there was gonna be some type of barometer. Okay. All right. I mentioned this. You mentioned that. One thing I could give, and but I'm not saying it's a bad thing, I give Kendrick a little bit credit for. He was a habitual line stepper. Drake thought he had one when he said, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, all this shit right here, nobody, what do you think the thing that's going to end Kendrick Lamar is like, yo, that was back in the day. Like, and by the way, remember, he's quoting what Jay-Z said to Nas. 4 hours in 10 years, I could divide. That's one, let's say every two. No, that's one, let's say two. Some of them shits do. One was on, the other was Illmatic. The rest is a bunch of garbage. That's what we had Jay-Z saying to Nas. Let's think about how battles were won, people. Man, that sounded cool. Yeah, we quote it later. But that ether hit your soul. That ether hit your soul. I showed you the first tech on tour with Large Professor. Now I hear the album with the tech on the dresser. Well, actually, that was Jay. No. Oh, what the fuck is that ether? Oh, no. You 36 in a karate class. I'm pretty sure it wasn't a karate class. Fuck, lie. My bad. I definitely just quoted Jay when I meant to quote.
This is a rap battle, though, man. What is he talking about? I mean, at what point? Look, if people put any bit of truth in a rap battle, that's always a plus, right? If you got some dirt that you can put out there, of course that's a plus, and it kind of boosts when you do throw some in there. But again, this was all entertainment. We all started off this way, or it all started off this way, did it not? And mind you, he's talking about Drake thought that there was some parameters. No. Kendrick reminded him, let's keep it a friendly fade. So Drake never thought there was parameters because he's the one who became the line stepper. It's crazy how he's trying to flip it, right? He said Drake thought that there was some parameters and Kendrick's an habitual line stepper, this, that, and the other, when it's the exact opposite. Kendrick said in Euphoria, man, basically, hey, bro, this can go any way you want it. The ball is in your court. And Drake chose to line step because he thought that would get him to win, and it didn't.
Nas was saying all type of shit. Let's pull up ether. I'm getting to realize the best liar wins.
It's a rap battle.
Like, if you're going to beef with Jay-Z now, you got to point out the fact that he was kicking it with Harvey Weinstein. You got to point out he might have an illegitimate son. The facts. Just say it.
Yeah. In essence, I mean, if you was going to be in a rap battle, and people would say that, and they would make a story out of it and say some crazy to make people go, ooh, you know what I mean? That's what they would do.
Go claim the other kid, that big nose who keeps suing you. Like, if you dissing Kendrick, you gotta just make up a lie. Drake tried to make up the lie, but the lies, they ain't work. The best lie he had was, I think them kids might be day free. That was the best lie, but it ain't hit like that. Kendrick came with the one hitter quitter lie. That battle was all about who lied the best.
No, because the best, I'm not even going to say lie. The best, I guess, angle is something that could have a tinge of truth or an inkling of truth to it. That's what makes it, right? That's why the lies against Kendrick fell flat, except for Drake stands, right? They fell flat because they didn't have a tinge of truth. There was nothing that There wasn't enough circumstantial evidence to say, oh, yeah, look at his history. Yeah. No, it was like that for Drake though, right? Kendrick threw it out there, and it's like, oh, yeah, we got video of this. We got this. There's a lot of suspect stuff going on. Kendrick might be on to something. So yeah, man. No, that it ain't about necessarily the lie. It's about the story. And can people, kind of see that this might be true, man? He really he really putting him out there. You know what I mean?
Man, you a fun. Oh, what? Wait, hold on. Wait, nah, that. Who cares if his kids is his? They all love each other.
Listen, if there was no videos about Drake doing any of that, if there was nothing out there ever about Drake doing any of that stuff and being a weirdo, right? No stories, no nothing. If Kendrick had chosen to take that angle, it would have the same thing that happened when Drake took his angles and pretty much nothing. It would have been the same way. The only reason why they hit is because it's in Drake's history, the weird stuff. That's it. So it ain't got nothing to do with Kendrick lying. He's just telling a story based on Drake's history. That's it.
Are you a PDF? Like that
and he made it sound good.
Was crazy. If I was like, I wish, well, I did talk to Drake a lot during that, the whole thing, but I wish I would have tell him, lay the morals down. This is what you need to say to just make it up.
Stop.
Say he has AIDS like Eazy-E. Did Eazy-E have AIDS? We don't know, but just say it. It's a rap battle. Who gives
a wouldn't have hit though.
This is why I say J. Cole can't battle nobody. He over here thinking, J. Cole thinking that is winning with words. What? Who? Not all that.
Yeah, no, J. Cole, he see now he's doing all this because he's talking about Cole, but J. Cole tried too. Remember, J. Cole was the first one to go on a character assassination expedition. He was the first one. So that's all a bunch of BS too. Cole went in first, did the character assassination, tried to tell his little stories, and that didn't work.
Look, Nas was crazy with it. Here we go. That is Gazy and Cockefeller Records wanted beef. Started up my weapon, started loading this ammo to explode it on a camel and the soldiers. I can handle this for Dolo. When KRS made an album called Blueprint, first Big is your man, and you got the nerve to say you better than Big. You sucking lips. Why don't you let the late great veteran live? So you niggas, he killed him on this one. Deal with emotions like what's sad is I love you. Okay. I want to see the lies. Oh, the narrative is what he beat him with. You seem to only be concerned with distant women. Were you abused as a child? You scared to smile? They called you ugly? Put it like this. He was like, Drake wilded out when he mentioned Whitney's name. Yo, Kendrick said, fuck it. Dear Drake, you have a daughter. We never found a daughter. Fuck it. The best lie works. I ain't gonna lie. He's still looking for the daughter. Dear Drake, you have a daughter. Then people are like, Drake went too far when he says, I think them kids might be day free. Yo, Kendrick came back around and one up that too. Dear Adonis, your father should die. He's a predator.
Yo, man. Y'all gotta admit, this is still funny, man. This is still funny all this time later. 2026, man. I'm doing what COVID did. They won't, bro. And that's the disconnect. Drake rapped about factual in the no. Kenny just lied. Unfortunately, Ak is right. No, he's not. This person's an idiot, man. Drake didn't rap about nothing factual. Ak just said in the damn video, boy, the comprehension's at an all-time low. He just said Drake lied in the video. At least he admitted that. Not only was the lie on point, but it also has some validity. And he rapped it better with better technique, punchier beats, great humor. Exactly. The battle ended May 6, 2024. This uncultured, predatory nerd is a cancer to our culture. Drake lied but didn't win. Dudes like Ak has loser mentality written all over him. This person said, I hate it's Ak who pointed this out. If a quarter of these hip-hop pages didn't work for UMG, we would have been had this discussion. This was the worst beef in hip-hop history. It really was UMG versus Drake. See, we already know this narrative has been dead, man. That narrative has no gas whatsoever. Drake and Cole could dig Pac out of the grave and have him pin a Kenny diss, and it would not matter because he has perception on his side. He's called the boogeyman, yet has never responded to anyone in rap besides one guy. The bar is low for him because he's right. Hey, people. So I'm telling you, man, weeping and gnashing of teeth. They wouldn't win because they can't do what he do. They got nothing to do with pop, pins, perception, nothing. It's all skill, man. They just don't want to admit that he's so much better in every way that they think their guy is. These will never move on. No, they won't. But we are for now. Anyway, I just thought that was funny, man. He getting the spin machine going. So I'm wondering if something's coming. Right? Is he trying to prepare people, or he just needs some extra views? It's just funny they would take this angle now that Drake and Cole has the moral high ground. Really? That's where we going with this? Drake, especially with Drake. I don't know enough about Cole, but Drake got the moral high ground. He wasn't willing to go as low. Did we not all watch the same battle and hear the same lyrics? He tried to accuse the man of a crime, domestic abuse. Did he not? Domestic abuse has destroyed many careers, has it not? So what are we talking about here, man? What are we talking about here? Y'all let me know what y'all thoughts is on this. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one.